Alright, so we're back in Pokemon. Alas, we must leave for Island and its remix of Azalea Town slash Blackthorn City and head on down to Five Island.
Back at it again, the Sevi Islands. Hotaru does several backflips before kicking off the sign of the Pokemon daycare.
And Five Island also has Azalea Town slash Blackthorn City. Haha, gotcha. We don't have to leave this good theme just yet. But apparently, Five Island's problem is there's a weird building on Chrono Island where time goes.
No development.
It's the only place in the game where time is. Also, fuck this old man. You know what? I prefer the thugs. At least they aren't building a mansion, probably.
Like, probably. Just as if these thugs are, in fact, building a mansion.
I mean, they might be building a thug mansion, to be fair. What qualifies as a mansion for thugs? What is too much space in a single house? Feel like thugs are, better at using their, general areas more efficiently than the rich. Alright, so, Five Island. We got a couple different paths to go, actually. We're going to be starting with the Meadow. Because, we heard about thugs, and what other thugs are there other than Team Rocket, and also various bikers? Other than Team Rocket and bikers, are there any thugs? Probably, let's be honest.
Also, hey, Leech Life just has a power of 20 in this gen, right?
I think something like that. It's fairly weak.
Have you noticed its base power in Sword and Shield?
I don't know if I've really used Leech Life. Is it, like, stupid high now?
It's base 80.
Jesus! You're going to Leech Life, oh my god. Shiitake would be a monster in the modern gen.
Yeah. I caught a Gigantamax Centiskorch a while ago, and I was looking through its moves. I noticed it had Leech Life, and I had the the move help thing pulled up, and it said 80 base power. It's like, excuse me?
Rude.
Hopefully, I
Is
didn't
that legal?
misread it or misremember it or something. But Leech Life is like really powerful now.
Either that or it's 8.0 and they just did that to catch you off guard. It's actually even weaker now. But yeah, that is wild. To be fair, I'm glad Leech Life is on, more even ground with, like, Giga Drain.
Mm-hmm.
Give bug types a same type attack bonus that's actually useful. Look, in my youth, I mocked bug types a lot, but Bugsy would always shove my head into the dirt. Kid's got a real good scyther. Go home, kid. Piss off.
You bother me.
Alright, so Actually, I think there's like one new Pokemon here. Actually, no, there are a couple. But we have to deal with this Rocket Grunt first. So, got a female Rocket Grunt. Have any of those appeared at any point in this game? Because I think they're just post-game exclusive.
That's a weird thing to have in your post-game.
Yeah. It's also weird because, if I remember correctly, like, the random Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald swimmers, overworld sprite. Actually, no, that was definitely Sevi Islands, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so, not quite post-game, but still bonus content. So yeah, they just add sprites here and there, which is nice, but also, like, they're grunts, so you could have just randomly mixed them in with the regular grunts during the normal game.
Yeah.
It would have affected nothing. Grunts don't even have names. But I guess they did want to make this more of a Gen 2 reference, and Gen 2 is where the Team Rocket grunts had different gender sprites. Other than that, as far as I know, I don't think they're different at all. I don't think they'd really have different Pokemon. I mean, we haven't seen many Glooms from Team Rocket, but this is post-game, baby, so it's probably just, hey, let's maybe give Team Rocket members better Pokemon. Let's give them a fighting chance. I don't remember if Petal Dance does anything fancy. I mean, it sure does a lot of damage for not being very effective, but other than that...
Yeah, I think it might leave the user confused after a few turns. I think it's one of those. Like Thrash or Outrage.
Yeah. Alright, so, Overworld Pokemon. Before we fight this guy anyway, we have a bunch of Gen 2 Pokemon, including Sentrant, Hoppip, and if you bother fishing, you can get Quillfish, Remoraid, and
yeah,
I think that's it. For
yeah, Quillfish.
World's #1 Quillfish fan right here.
I think Quillfish is one of the Pokemon that people go to for, like, a useless Pokemon.
Water Poison's pretty good, to be fair. It's an interesting type. I mean, granted, a few things share it, like Tentacool, but hey, you get options.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nice to have Poison on a Pokemon, really.
Especially in the later gens where Poison has good moves.
I know, right? God, I've been using Salandit, and she's been so fun. God, what's the move, like Poison Slash Blade? Or something like that. It's a poison attack that can leave the enemy poisoned, but also just has a high critical hit chance.
Poison Jab?
It's not Poison Jab.
Oh, high critical chance.
Like, the move specifically mentions, like, a blade, so when I read it, I was like, there's no way Salandit can use this. Salandit can use it.
Salandit, let me see what you have.
A knife!
Dipped in poison.
So yeah, Bandit Queen is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Poison Fang leaves the target badly poisoned, and it procs a lot. And then, of course, I will always sing the praises of Venoshock. It's like my favorite poison move. Just, hey, is the target poisoned? Alright, cool. Lots of damage then. It's never not useful, even if you don't have the, like, most physically strong poison type. Alright, so unfortunately we can't enter the rocket warehouse yet because we have Goldeen Need Log, but that's only one of the passwords. But they'll just let us leave. Oh, there's somebody out there trying to get in who just gave us one password but not the other. That's fine. Perfectly acceptable. We're great criminals. Alright, now if I remember correctly, the Meadow isn't the only thing around here. We should be able to find stuff via surf, indeed. So, Memorial Pillar. We'll see why this area is called that in a few minutes, but first, we got a bird keeper, rather. Oh my god, the Bird Brothers! No, impossible, they can't be here! It's me, Milo, the eldest bird catcher. Bird brother, I don't remember.
Let me know if you find my younger brother Otis.
Alright, I'm about to end this Pidgey's career. I don't know if Feather Dance cancels. No, that's just attack. Okay. And to be fair, attack harshly falling isn't bad, you know? I only did most of your HP and damage. You're 6 levels ahead of me, and I did most of your HP bar and damage with a weakened rollout. I strengthened it, and then it got weakened. And yet, here we are. I'm glad that after kind of underperforming in the end game, Candy's kind of back in action.
We fly to 4 Island from anywhere?
I mean, yeah, but this area's included, so... best thing about birds, it has to be the wings. You know, the things that allow them to fly. Their unique feature. Yeah, I'm right about those.
Oh, fuck off, Chaz. Go back to Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was kind of hoping he'd just send in a Doduo.
You
You know what I love about birds? The wings. Anyway, wingless bird, go!
He's just indirectly shaming his Doduo. Best thing about birds gotta be the wings, Doduo.
Oh, look at my two-headed lame bird. God. I do hope the youngest bird brother just shouts, you know what the best thing about birds are? The ones that have two heads. I love two-headed things.
Well, this bird's going fast.
And yet it doesn't matter. Oh, rollout's fun in the right circumstances. Okay, somber guy, got it, thanks.
I guess the Bluckberry. What the hell is going on with berries?
Who knows? I can't keep track of most of them. I just look for the ones that are hot. Anyway, here's Hoppip. Hoppip's having a good time. Also, Hoppip's level 12, so, like, I cannot touch it or it will die.
Yeah.
Go to bed, Hoppip!
Have you caught your Slowpoke in Sword and Shield yet?
I have.
Yeah, I just immediately used the Quick Ball because I was scared to fight it.
Yeah, I figured it would probably die easy, so I used an Ultra Ball and was fine.
I have False Swipe on a ton of Pokemon, I just didn't have any of them with me. I didn't want to bother going back to the box.
Yeah. I keep telling myself it's really easy to just put False Swipe on Pokemon now and then remove it, but I keep not putting it on any Pokemon. Fuck eats dandelions. Alright, youngest bird brother, what's your favorite part? The down. If you didn't realize what Phoenix Downs were before, congratulations, now you know it's a bird part. Harold, they're hoot hoots. Oh, Noctowl, huh? Noctowl is your name? Oh, you're trying to use confusion. You can't confuse my rock, it's impossible. Anyway, Noctowl, more like knocked out. Got him. And the crowd goes wild. Candy cannot stop rolling. She has just barreled over several birds. So many birds. Well, okay. Anyway, where's that somber guy? Well, it turns out he is over here.
Oh, I thought I was going to ask you if you wanted to take the lemonade.
So anyway, here's the fun part of a Pokemon game where they have to remind you that death exists. It comes for everybody, including cute animals and also giant rock snakes. So, he doesn't tell you what TM42 is, probably because he's depressed and doesn't really have time for that right now. So let's see, what is it? It's Facade. Yeah, Facade gets more powerful if you're under a tagged status effect, so it's not bad. probably not always ideal, just because A, it's normal type, so little hard to get same type attack bonuses unless you're using a normal type Pokemon, and also just if you are, you know, paralyzed, for example, you might not be attacking as much. Burned, you'll be less powerful. Poison's probably like your best bet. So if you're going up against something that's poisonous, then good on ya. Alright, so Water Labyrinth, what do we got here? So yeah, this guy will look at your Pokemon's happiness, and we treat our Pokemon right, probably because we don't let them faint. And we get an egg.
I offer you an egg in this trying time.
Alright, so, Pokemon eggs. If you put them in your party, then they will get closer and closer to hatching while you walk. So, eventually, this egg will hatch into a specific Pokemon. You'll always get the same one here. These eggs are the same ones that you get from the Pokemon breeders. So, yeah, this gives you a bit of a taste of what you might come to expect if you bother with that stuff, which in Gen 3, I don't really. Yeah, I'll be showing a short example, but other than that, you won't be seeing it. Now, on the other hand, modern Pokemon games, it's super easy and convenient to do Pokemon breeding, so I do it fairly frequently.
Yep. Love just having a mill of starter Pokemon. Eventually I'll get a Grookey.
I can just give you a Grookey, you know.
Oh, you have spares?
Oh yeah, I got like 3 of each starter, and also Charmander.
Okay. Next time we trade, I'll ask for a Grookey.
So anyway, here's Peekaboo.
Mm-hmm. Of the Pika clones, I kind of appreciate Meryl the most because it's the least obvious.
I don't even know if it was supposed to be a Pikachu clone. I mean, I guess I can't really think of anything else in Gen 2 that would be, but like, if I remember correctly, Peekaboo was like a fan-based thing. They just saw that and was like, that's a Pikachu.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure either. I just sort of assumed that if everyone looks at it and at the time immediately thought it was a new type of Pikachu, it was probably designed that way.
Nowadays, it's definitely more obvious. I think the only one it's like not super obvious immediately is probably Emolga. Emolga. Emolga's pretty good though because, you know, electric flying.
Yeah, which gen was that? Was that Gen 6?
That was Gen 5.
Okay.
Gen 6... I don't even remember Gen 6. I think it was like the round one. It's like
oh god,
Electric
DD.
Steel? Or, oh yeah, Dedenne. Drop the Dedenne.
Dedenne, yeah. And then Gen 7 was Mimikyu, which is my other favorite.
Yeah, Mimikyu rules. Because it's very upfront about what it is, it's got a good gimmick, and is also adorable. Yeah, this gen, though, was the round one that I... Does anybody care about that one? I don't even remember what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name of the one in Gen 8, but it's neat.
Yeah, that one's the Electric Steel one, right?
Oh, I was thinking of the Electric Dark-type one that Marnie uses.
Oh yeah, that one is literally just Pikachu. But it has a gimmick, so...
I can't think of its name.
The hangry one.
Yeah, it's like Mono something, isn't it? Monopeck? All Pokemon are great, but it's hard for me to remember that many names.
Okay, so Hunger Switch is the signature ability of Morpeko.
Morpeko, okay.
Or Morpeko, I don't know. Anyway, here's Smeargle. Smeargle just appeared on my screen while I was looking away, and now it's here. Hello.
Other Pokemon I wish was more viable in the games.
Yeah, you see cool Smeargle tricks every once in a while, like, hey, see this legendary? A level 1 Smeargle's gonna kick its ass. I think that was Gen 4 where that was, like, kinda prominent, right? Just, hey, watch this weak-ass Smeargle beat up Palkia.
I mean, being able to use literally any moveset as long as you can put it together is pretty powerful. But its main problem is that it doesn't have the stats to make the most of it.
Yeah, it doesn't have stats. Of course, it loses out on same type attack bonus as well, which doesn't help. Unless you're using normal type moves. But, like, I mean, why only go for normal types when you have so many options? Also, I don't remember if the artist sprites were from Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, but they're definitely unique to the post-game in FireRed, Leaf Green, and I really like them. Of course, in terms of what they can actually use, they're kind of limited. So I can see why they weren't added to the main game.
Back to Pikachu talk. I don't remember what Amaru is from. The Steel Electric one that's Ball. Is that Gen 8?
If I could figure out how... Amaru, okay. Amaru is Gen 7.
Alola.
Huh. I guess that's why nobody remembered. Well, I don't remember it, because, you know, Mimikyu is literally the next in the dex after Amaru.
Oh, jeez.
Like, come on, fan favorite Mimikyu.
Yeah. Gens 7 and 5 are kind of the holes in my Pokemon knowledge. Because I skipped Gen 5 because I figured I was done with Pokemon, and it turns out I wasn't. And I never did go back and finish it. Gen 7, I just didn't have the energy at that time, for whatever reason. Gen 6, I got through all the gyms. I don't think I beat the Elite Four, but I do that a lot.
Yeah, I beat X and Y twice, and I never ended up finishing Pokemon Moon, even though I really liked it. But, like, there's a desert near the end that is completely optional, but, like, it's one of those maps where it kind of, like, loops over, so you need a guide to get through it, unless you want to be really annoyed forever. And so I just kind of fell off from there, and then, whoops, I stopped playing. And then later, foolishly, I was like, I don't remember what my team was at this point, and I don't really remember what I was going for. I'll start a new game and totally finish it this time. Nope, I didn't. Nowhere close, and I regret that entirely.
Time for another Smeargle.
Yep, here we go, Smeargle time. Now, this time, come on. Yes, do it. Hell yeah.
Fight in the sky. Flying Falcon. Spread your wings and prepare for a force.
What kind? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell your viewers, if you don't know what we're talking about, please watch Kamen Rider 01.
Watch 01, it's good.
It has nothing to do with Pokemon, but just watch it.
I mean, bug types are like vaguely Kamen Rider-esque, right?
Gold and Silver always stick in my head as like the weirdest gen. It feels like it has the weakest sense of identity.
It's got a whole other continent in it, though. I mean, what are you talking about? It's just Johto. Oh, hey, this song plays in here. That's nice, but there's nobody in here. Apparently they really like Blaine. I like to think Blaine just dramatically removes his glasses every time he does that. Wait, I've got a quiz question. Wacha!
First quiz question, what will my Pokemon be?
Of course, you know it will be Magmar.
Mm-hmm. What is it with old people in Pokemon and quizzes?
I guess old people just really like asking you about shit. I don't know. That's weird.
The quiz in Sword and Shield is bullshit, by the way.
It's so good, I love it.
Because you have the trainers, which I don't think you can lose, actually. I get the feeling that even if you give the wacky answers, they might still give it to you. And then you get to Opal, where it's just like everything is wrong.
It's great.
And I really don't think that answering the opposite would help. Because I think we both answered the same answers, but... I get the feeling she's just gonna hit you with that debuff no matter what.
It's not the biggest deal just because, like, poison and steel types are real good. But yeah, I guess I'd have to check online.
But yeah, Johto is the only gen where I don't feel too bad for using Pokemon from previous gens.
I mean, it's really hard not to.
Yeah, because the new Johto Pokemon were not meant to stand on their own at all.
Yeah, it's weird, like... God, even the starting ones are weird, because you have Centrant, which is okay. I do, like, design-wise, I like that line, because, of course, Furret.
It's amazing.
Hoot Hoots. And then Ladybug. Frickin' Ladybug.
Mm-hmm.
Who uses Ladybug?
I like Leedian's design. If they were useful, I would use them more, but...
They're not.
I love their, like, alien...
I feel like Ladybug is like 80% of the reason I ever made fun of bug-type Pokemon.
And then if you bought the other version, you had Spinarak, which is just...
Oh god, Spinarak.
It feels more useful than the Ladybug line, but I don't know if it actually is.
Probably not by much, if any.
I think, like, design-wise, a lot of my favorite designs are in Gen 2.
They've got some good ones.
Because I adore the Natu line, even though I never use them. Or it's perfect.
Yep.
I love Owl. I love owls, so owl Pokemon are great.
Yeah, like, the Mareep line is one of the ones off the top of my head that I can think of that's, like, actually good.
Mm-hmm. I sure wish Stantler was useful.
Oh god, yeah, Stantler's neat, but eh. Ursaring is one of the Pokemon I oft forget exist. Its design's good, but like...
Oh yeah, Teddy Ursa and Ursaring, another thing that I really like. I like the cute things becoming unstoppable.
Yeah, they did that again later with Cubchoo.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at the Johto Pokedex, what even was in this game.
But yeah, it really feels like there's no real duds. Like, maybe Dunsparce, but Dunsparce is supposed to be a dud.
Dunsparce kicks ass!
When I was little, I really wanted to use a Dunsparce on my team, but I could never figure out what they were supposed to do. Like, whoa, that thing looks cool, it's probably super powerful.
Togepi was there, but that's when it was normal, and then normal flying later.
Yeah, Togepi was a lot less useful in Gen 2.
Well, Wooper and Quagsire are good.
Oh, yes. Amazing. Gen 2 has a lot of the like weirder designs that I wish were more useful on an actual team. I already mentioned Stantler. Girafarig was Gen 2.
Yep.
I love them.
That was interesting. Like, Fortress is good provided you never encounter a fire-type move ever.
Mm-hmm. Which in Gen 5 you could kind of guarantee that because Stealth Rock was running rampant.
Wobbuffet doesn't need explaining. How are Pinsir and Heracross? Because I never really used them.
I think they're okay for like one-stage bug Pokemon. I always preferred Scyther to any of them. Like Pinsir's fine. Pinsir's Gen 1. Heracross is also fine. They're a good, like, cute, tough Pokemon. They look tough, but they also look cute. I love Heracross.
And then there's Apom, get away from me, Apom, leave my family alone, etc. It's weird saying Snubbull is a normal type. And then there's Tyrogue.
Oh right, that's when Tyrogue was introduced. I may have already asked this, but what is the point of baby Pokemon?
To be cute, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, real quick, we're in this lost cave because, like, some rich person got lost or whatever, so we're trying to find them.
And get them more lost and leave them to die.
So, gimmick of this place is there's specific paths. The path you have to take is indicated by the number of rocks in each room. Apparently, 3 is east, 6 is south, 9 is west, and 12 is north. However, if you go the opposite direction from where you're supposed to go, you'll find yourself in a room with a special item. But, yeah, anyway. Back to more important stuff, instead of the rich people. Yeah, Girafarig got a pretty good defense being a normal psychic type. Militank, very powerful. Why does Magby exist? Why does Smoochum exist? Does Lekid exist?
Yeah, because like it was one thing when baby Pokemon were first introduced, and a lot of Pokemon got baby forms. Like, okay, whatever. But they sometimes release new ones, and it's like, why? What do these do?
I'm Junior, why?
Like, does it do anything with breeding? Like, does it open up movesets? Or something?
Oh, and there, of course, the incredibly important Pokemon, Shuckle. Gotta love Shuckle.
Yeah.
You have to, it's required by law.
Mm-hmm.
Lickitung, you can also get away from my family, please. Espeon Umbreon, can't go wrong with evolutions. Kingdra will just throw over your door and stab you repeatedly. In real life.
Prefer Seadra's design to Kingdra, but I do like it being a dragon-type seahorse.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't remember if it's just like Japanese language or Japanese mythology, but seahorses are associated with dragons. So it's nice to have.
I frequently forget Gligar exists, but ground flying is interesting.
Yeah. But Crobat was also introduced Gen 2, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
I like Crobat.
Delibird certainly exists. Swinub line rules. Phanpy was pretty solid, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's another one that's just adorable and very useful.
And I'm guessing... Okay, that's Skarmory, which is Gen 3, so I'm now at the point where I'm at the Heart Gold...
Skarmory is Gen 2.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Huh, shit. I was associated with Gen 3 for some reason.
Oh, so that's your version of Slugma.
Yeah. I don't even remember where Skarmory appears in Gen 2.
That's one of the later routes. I remember because I made my brother go catch me a Skarmory because it was a Soul Silver exclusive, and that's when he found a shiny Geodude.
Didn't ask for that. Oh, yeah. Wow, I do not remember him having gold, silver, crystal sprites.
When steel types were introduced.
Murkrow, back when that only had one form.
Yeah. Murkrow's okay, I guess. Still not a dud. I don't dislike it. I like it well enough. It's just not... It's one of those ones that I never use, and I'm okay with never using it.
Yeah.
Like, every time I don't use a Xatu like this, I just go, oh man, I wish I could use a Xatu.
Look at that bird, it's neat. It's dead now, but it's neat.
Really interesting design.
Sneasel's good, even though I never use them. Misdreavus I always like. Probably one of my favorite ghost-type Pokemon.
Yeah, although, from a design perspective, from like a use perspective, it's kind of ridiculous in how useless it is in Gen 2. Shows up only on Victory Road.
It is at least pure ghost type though, so theoretically useful against psychic types, unlike certain orbs.
Mm-hmm. Except, we also introduced Dark types, so we don't need to rely on ghosts anymore.
Porygon 2, the sequel to Porygon.
I don't like Porygon 2 as much as I like Porygon.
Unnecessary sequel, if we're being honest. And then Larvitar is great, because like those don't appear until post-game, right? Just literally the last dungeon.
Maybe? I remember being able to get a Larvitar before finishing the game in Heart Gold.
Gold, Silver, they only appeared in Mount Silver. Apparently they were in the Celadon Game Corner in Crystal, though. And then, yeah, you can get them in the Safari Zone in Gen 4.
That's right, that's where I found them.
So yeah, if you played the remakes, they're fine.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing with Pokemon. Always play the most current version of whichever version.
You can get a Misdreavus slightly earlier in the remakes, but also you have to get the upgraded version of the Safari Zone first.
Safari Zone in that game was also weird, but interesting. You just get to build your own.
Yeah, just give me Misdreavus. I don't care about any of these other ones. Just, I need a ghost type, please.
Gen 2 have fossils?
I don't think I saw a fossil Pokemon other than the ones that appeared in this game.
Yeah. Huh.
Alright, so here's Selfie. That's the rich girl who was missing, so...
We got Selfie from Final Fantasy VIII?
Alas, no. Yeah, she just immediately leaves. She hasn't mentioned trains once, so it's not the same Selfie. So yeah, she'll ask to see Pokemon, and I think she gives you stuff if you show her Pokemon. The Pokemon change like every day or so. I don't care. Not coming out all the way here just to show a rich girl Pokemon. I don't care. That being said, there is still one more thing in the Lost Cave.
Yeah, you would do this without being told you had to do this, right? Just, hey, I wonder what was actually at the end of that cave.
Silk Scarf.
Oh, great.
Hey, you love, raising the power of normal type moves?
Do you have a Snorlax that knows Hyper Beam? No. Well, so much for this item, I guess.
Yeah, can I get a, boneless scarf? Alright, well, that was the 5 islands. We saw Team Rocket. we can't do anything with Team Rocket yet other than beat up a few grunts, so we gotta move on from that part. And on the other side, we've completed the rich person side quest. We talked about Gen 2 instead, and I think that was a better use of our time, if we're being honest.
Etherich.
Next time on Pokemon Fire Red, we move on to Six Island, and somehow it's worse.